What's up, YouTube? It's the Productivity King back with another video, and today we're going to go over some more productivity tips to help you reach success in your life. You can apply these. These are going to be really great, so stay tuned and let's get into the content. First point. Time management and productivity theories are often oversimplified by assuming a one-size-fits-all approach. So there's not a one-size-fits-all approach. A lot of time management and productivity theories do oversimplify and just put a one-size-fits-all approach for everybody, but that is not the case. Everyone is different. Everyone will have a different productivity system that works best for them. So it's really important to find out what works for you and to use that to optimize your productivity. A productivity style assessment based on Ned Herman's model recognizes individual differences in how people work. So we are going to look into Ned Herman's productivity model, productivity style assessment, and you can apply this to you and you'll be able to see what style you are and what you should be doing personally to really find out what the best productivity system is for you. So let's keep going. The assessment is rooted in understanding how the brain perceives, processes, comprehends, manages, and communicates information. So this is a really detailed assessment. It'll really help you understand yourself to the core, and let's get really into this information because it's important. So here we will focus on the different productivity styles. Here we go into the different productivity styles. Herman's model identifies 4 productivity styles. So here are the 4 styles. 1, there's the prioritizer. The prioritizer is efficient with time, uses data and logic to solve problems, prioritizes tasks, and dislikes distractions. So if you're a prioritizer, see how you do your work and see how this sounds to you. Does this feel like it really resonates with you, or does this kind of sound like it's not really your thing, or it doesn't really match your style? 2 is the planner. This person enjoys making lists and organizing data, following a specific order, reviewing schedules, and may be critical of last-minute chaos. So this is the planner, enjoys making lists, organizing data. If this sounds like you, that's great. Keep that in mind as we go along the 4 styles. 3, the arranger. This person relies on instincts for decision-making, works well with others, presents information visually, and considers the impact on people's feelings. This is the arranger. The arranger really has an impact, really considers the impact on people's feelings, works well with others, presents information visually, and has instincts for decision-making. So see if this sounds like you. Does this sound like you? Because that would be great. If it does, you now know your productivity style. Let's go on to the 4th style. This is the visualizer. This person thrives in chaos, reorganizes information in discussions, dislikes being bogged down by data, and synthesizes input into innovative situations. This is the visualizer. They thrive on chaos and they recognize information in discussions. So they're the visualizer. If you're a big visualizer, if this sounds like you, keep that in mind as we go through the rest of the information. It'll be really important. So time is an unmanageable resource, but controlling the present and future is crucial. So obviously we cannot manage time, but the present and the future are crucial because they're in our control. Have you ever regretted something in the past? If you did, that's okay, but you know, or you should know, that we really can't do anything about the past anyway. It's completely normal to ruminate on the past, to think back of all the things you did, all the mistakes, and want to change them, and that's okay. But you know where you should really be putting your effort is the present and the future, because those things are really going to make a change in your life. Time is our most valuable resource. This is clearly true because you can never get your time back. You can always get anything back, especially money. Money is a very valuable resource. You can always get money back, but you can never get your time back. That's why it's really crucial to use your time wisely. Time is our most valuable resource. Planning daily, weekly, and monthly activities is crucial for efficient time usage. So are you planning your days, weeks, and months? How organized are you with your plans? And how efficient are you with planning what you're doing? It's really crucial if you want to get stuff done. If you're just winging your days without any plan, without any calendar, that's really going to get a hinder on your productivity. But if you are planning out your days, weeks, months, you have reviews, You have all this productivity system set up that'll be really great for you, and you're obviously going to see results compared to someone who is just winging it and doesn't have a weekly, daily, and monthly plan set in place. Create a master task list to help organize goals into projects, project actions, large tasks, and next actions, single steps. So here we're going to have a master task list. You're going to make one side is going to be your project actions, which are going to be large tasks. And you can break those down into smaller tasks. On the next side, we're going to have next actions, which are your single steps, the things you can get done in like one step. You only need to write one step and then the task is done. So you have your next actions and you have your project actions. So you're going to break down, you have your large tasks and your single steps. Your large tasks, you're going to, you have them in your project actions, and then you're going to branch out. You're going to branch out those tasks into smaller steps that you can then plan for on your next actions, your single steps. You're just going to have the single things you can do that you can get done really fast. So that'll incorporate into your daily schedule, weekly schedule, and monthly schedule. Project actions may take days or months, while next actions are specific steps moving you forward. Exactly, project actions are big projects that are going to take a long time, that have multiple steps branching out, that are big projects you want to complete. Next actions are specific steps you want to take moving you forward. So they can kind of branch out together. Next actions don't always have to be related to the project actions, but it's helpful to have them as your single steps for your big tasks that you want to complete. The master task list alleviates the mental burden of remembering numerous tasks. Again, if you don't have a list, and if you're actively trying to remember everything you're doing, it's going to really have a burden on your brain. You're going to spend a lot of energy, a lot of effort trying to remember what you want to do, when if you have a list, you don't have to spend any mental effort remembering. You can just look at your list and you see you have it written all down. It's all there. So all your energy can be spent towards getting the work done instead of spending time remembering what you need to do. Tracking all social and professional tasks allows for effective action and the opportunity to rethink and revise future actions. So if you're tracking your tasks, you can really see what has been effective and what is not effective, what has brought you results in your life and what hasn't brought you results. It's really important to see and track what you're doing. I know it can be a little bit tough, a little bit extra work, but really it'll get you results if you track what you did during the day and you look back and you see what results do I have now, and you can look back and see what you did, and you can kind of find that, the 80-20 rule, 80% of the results come from 20% of the actions. You can find out the actions, the 20% of actions that are really getting you results, and you can optimize those, do those more often, and you'll see more results in your work. Proper attention is crucial for productivity and happiness. Obviously, our attention can be very distracted in this day and age, but if you're able to manage your attention and use it properly and focus on what is really valuable and what needs to be done, your happiness and productivity will increase, especially your happiness, because obviously your productivity will increase if you're paying attention to the right things, but it's amazing how much your happiness will increase when you're putting your attention on the right things. Let's say you put your attention on doing work, building your business for 1 hour, then your happiness, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel rewarded from putting in that effort compared to if you put an hour of attention into watching Instagram reels. You might think, oh, I got a lot of pleasure in the moment, but your overall happiness is going to be impacted, and you're going to have less overall happiness spending an hour watching entertaining videos that really don't add anything to your life. Attention is a limited resource requiring willpower to control and direct. So like I said, we can be very distracted, and it will require some willpower to not get sucked into these distracting things. A really great thing to do is to actively make it harder to access all of the things you don't want to be doing that are kind of instant gratification activities that you want to avoid, and that you really want to be focusing on your work that is important, that matters to you. So your attention is limited and it requires willpower. Take away these things, block your social media, take away the cookies and the ice cream, throw them away, don't have them in your house. Anything else that's distracting you, Find a way to block it, make it harder to reach, and make it easier to do the activities that you really want to do. Clear focus on one task prevents distractions and enhances achievement. So obviously, if you want to get one thing done, you focus all your time on that one thing. Let's say you have like 3 things done and you do 20 minutes on this, 20 minutes on this, 20 minutes on that, and they're all productive. Man, that's really great. But what is even more effective is if you just pick one task and you spend an hour just on that one task. You're going to get a lot more done if you're spreading your attention out to 3 different things. Even if those 3 different tasks are productive, you're going to get a lot more value and stuff done if you just focus on that one task that needs to be completed. Different personality types face challenges in focusing attention. So there are different personality types, like we discussed before, that will face challenges in their focusing their attention. Visualizers may get lost in irrelevant details. If you're a visualizer, watch out for that. Don't get lost in irrelevant details. Stay focused. Arrangers may forget goals due to a desire for appreciation. So if you're if you're an arranger and you're working, and you have no appreciation, you might lose sight of your goal. So it's important that you be aware of this and focus on your goal, even if you don't get much appreciation for what you're doing. Prioritizers might push one priority too hard and neglecting others. There's many different areas of your life that you can focus on. If you go on, let's say your finances really, really hard and you neglect all the other areas of your life, you're overall going to be impacted negatively by doing that. So it's really important to spread your attention, contradictory to like what we just said, but focus on not at one time, but to be aware of all different areas of your life and not just focusing on one. If you're a prioritizer. Planners may miss opportunities by avoiding abstract ideas. So planners really like the concrete. They don't like the abstract. So if you're a planner, try to be conscious of the abstract ideas that are valuable and give some value to those, and don't only just focus on the concrete ideas. A report in 2005 found that almost a third of working hours are wasted on interruptions and distractions. So that's a third of all working hours is just distracted, and that's a report from 2005. So imagine the years now, imagine 2024, how much of our work hours are being distracted with the rise of social media, all these addicting social medias. It's really easy to be distracted on those. We're getting much more email is more advanced. We're getting many more emails that are just not valuable and distracting. So imagine 2005 compared to now. Maybe even more than a third of working hours are wasted on interruptions and distractions. So we need to find a way to fix this. Balancing attention to work with attention to other aspects of life is essential. Just like I said, if you're focusing all of your focus on your financial life, your other areas of your life are going to be negatively impacted. Balancing your attention on all areas of your life is really important for you to have good well-being. Daily routines, eating, and sleeping habits should complement attention patterns. It's really important to get good sleeping habits, eating habits, and daily routines focusing around good sleep and eating habits. This is really important for your mental well-being, your physical well-being, and your focus and your productivity. It's all impacted. It's like a domino effect. It'll all impact each other. So it's really important to have those daily routines that prioritize good sleep, good sleeping habits, good eating habits as well. Finding activities that support attention and sticking with them is key. What activities support your attention being focused? Could be meditation. If you've ever tried meditating, meditation is a great focus booster. It really boosts your focus. So find things that really help you focus. Maybe reading. Reading is a great relaxation that helps you focus as well. Stay tuned for a reading program I'm going to create that'll help boost your comprehension and reading speed. Look out for that. If you're watching this video that far, even if you're actually seeing this, and watch out for that. If you're really watching this, you may want to watch out for that, because that's what I'm going to be coming out with, and it'll help you a lot. If you actually saw this, I'm going to be shocked that anyone actually saw this, but if you did, that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you. So our minds can sabotage us, but we have the power to change this. All our minds are wired for negativity as humans. Our minds really can sabotage us. We have these things in the past that happened to us, and that'll like sabotage us. We'll think we're not good enough, and we just have these negative thoughts. As humans, we have negative thoughts. It's just wired into us, but we have the power to change this. So it's normal to have negative thoughts. We have the power to change it and think positively and work towards our goals and focus on what we really want to focus on. It's in our power. Time management approaches are often ineffective, relying on senseless schedules. So we really need to have consciously optimized schedules that will really help us. We're going to focus on actual productivity techniques that will work. Individual personality and productivity styles are crucial considerations. Not everyone is the same. Your productivity style is a really great consideration to have when you're thinking of what is going to make me the most focused. Am I going to focus on? What is the way that I work best in a group situation, on my own? What is really going to foster my optimized productivity? It's really important. Prioritizers should focus on important tasks and not follow generic approaches. So if you're a prioritizer, you're going to prioritize the most important tasks. Don't follow a cookie cutter guide. Focus on what will do some research, test out what is really going to bring you the most results, what are the most important tasks, and you just put all of your focus on those. Linear time management may work against non-planner or non-prioritizer styles. If you're not a planner or not a prioritizer, if you have a linear time management system, this may work against you and not foster and optimize your productivity. Visualizers benefit from gathering information from various sources for creativity. If you're a visualizer, do a lot of research, do a lot of testing, try a lot of different things and find out what's best for you to boost your creativity. Maybe you can try this kind of business, try this kind of hobby. What makes you feel great? What do you really resonate with? If you're a visualizer, make sure you focus on that. That'll really help your productivity increase. Finding and sticking to one's own thinking and working style enhances your productivity. So again, your productivity style is really important. If you find your productivity style, if one of them resonates with you, and you stick to the style, to the tips we give for the style, it'll really enhance your productivity. If you are one of the styles and you're trying a different method that doesn't really work for you, then you're going to find it to be a struggle. You're going to find your work to be a struggle. What you really want to do is find stuff that will work for you, that makes you feel good, that'll optimize your productivity. Rejecting a one-size-fits-all approach is important for reaching your full potential. Just like we said, if you're one style and you're trying this and it's really not working, you got to switch it up. You got to try something else that'll really help you improve and get more done. The key factors for productivity are knowing yourself, managing your time, having willpower, and finding your own style. These are the keys. If you want to focus on being more productive, just focus on these 4 things. It'll be really important knowing yourself, knowing your own style, knowing what works for you, what you're going to enjoy being productive on that you can do that will benefit your life, managing your time, having specific schedules with these questions that will help you optimize your time and really get you to do what you're doing. Having willpower, it's really important. Willpower is crucial. If you're not going to use any willpower to get what you want, you're not going to get what you want. And finding your own style, your own productivity style is really important. What fits you best? What are you doing that fits you best? What aspects of your work, of your project that you do love to do the most? Do those and you'll see your productivity increase. Do those more. Actionable advice. Take notes on tasks, focusing on how they align with your goals and personal preferences. So if you're doing a task, take notes on it. How does it align with your goals and your personal preferences? How do you feel when you're doing that task? It's really important to realize what works for you and what will help you feel good while you're working and motivated to do that action more. Gain practical insight by consistently observing and noting your working style over a few days. So you need to be conscious. You know the 4 styles. Be conscious of them and take notes on what you're doing and how you're working over the few days. Gaining practical insight and noting your working style will really help you. If you do what matches your style, your inputs will increase, your outputs will increase. You'll have more fun doing the work you will do. You'll find more motivation for what you want to do, and you'll see more results. And lastly, use this information to tweak your work approach, aligning it with your personality to complete tasks more efficiently. Use this information to tweak how you're doing it that will more match your style, and you'll feel better doing what you're doing. Instead of just slugging through work, you'll actually feel good doing the tasks that feel best for you. This is really important and it'll really boost your productivity. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you stayed to the end, wow, I'm amazed. Thank you so much. I hope you found value out of this. Consider subscribing, consider liking, and I will see you in the next video.